One day, on my way home with my father in the car, my father asked me a quiet random question, which was, Ansel, do you believe there are still rich people who are humble and care about philanthropy? In confusion, I replied to him, yeah, I don't know, who do you mean by this person that? And then he joked, it's Bill Gates' Indonesian version, while giving me this book. To cut long story short, I read that book and understood what my father talked about. Who is this Bill Gates Indonesian version? In 2013, participate in Bill Gates Foundation by donating $100 million. Who is this man with his success still want to look up at poor people? Who is this chairman and founder of the successful Bank Mayapada? I would like to introduce you to Dato Sri Professor Dr. Tahir, Indonesia number 7th richest businessman based on Forbes. I would like you to consider this point. His success is not based on luck. Otherwise, he had overcome his lamentable childhood, made a new chapter of his life, and finally, he got his prolonged triumph. By the end of my presentation, you'll know how he started off poor, worked hard to reach his dreams, and last, you'll know how he realized his visions and contribute to society. So, what is it like? My name is Ansel Kevin, and soon we're gonna find out. First of all, behind all of his success, Tyler was born in poverty. It was shown in a picture of pedicab, which also explained that his parents did not make much. His father and mother worked together as a pedicab rental, and every day they went to streets, collecting rent fees from the renters. He and his two younger sisters had to live simply and could hardly enroll in schools due to insufficient money. As a result of poverty, he grew up as an inferior, had no self-confidence, and became a loner. However, that poverty was a source of love and support for their family. One day that really sparked his determination was when he saw his mother had a fight with the renter who eventually did not want to pay. The renter threw a chunk of stone at her head, which ended in severe bleeding. After that moment, he studied hard and managed to enroll in Nanyang University through scholarship, and he met his future wife there. His career journey started after he graduated from Nanyang. Alright, let's find out more about his journey. Second, his career journey was something else. Don't think about as if he got successful on his fifth tries. His career journey went up and down as he faced bankruptcy for so many times. He started his business by becoming an importer of mooncakes since the demand of mooncakes that time was very high. Next, he would become the agent of kitchenware brand that made him lots of profit. One time, he was confident reaching his success with his Suzuki dealer business, until suddenly the government chose to shut it down. With huge amount of debts he had, he was very desperate. However, in 1990, there were very two generous men came to Tahir and gave him new hope. They were Nasruddin Sumintapura and Kumhal Jamil. Besides giving Tahir some capital to help Tahir getting agreement letter to make his own bank from Bank Indonesia. He would start his career again from zero and work 24/7. After the long waits, in 1990, Bank Mayapada was established, with him as the CEO. Surprisingly, this business managed to stand tall and grew up, even though Indonesia's economic condition was at its worst. Knowing that this business survived the monetary crisis back in 1998, Tahir was sure that this business would lead him closer to his dreams. By this time, his journey started to reach its goal. Let's get to know more about it. Last, as a result of his hard work, My father grew up rapidly and was far more successful. People started trusting my father more than other banks. Thus, in a short time, my father built new branches and was able to compete with giant banks like PCA, Mandiri, and BRI. He got successful, but his success did not make himself lost in arrogance. Meanwhile, he would spread kindness towards others as the quote he made, which was, becoming a wealthy person or a great businessman is just a process, not an objective. It will only be messy if we confound an objective and process. My life objective is to bring values for most people. He involved in many donations, research and development activities, and philanthropic acts to give hope to other people and save lives of others. After all of that being said, to summarize, now we know that we had overcome his lamentable childhood, made the new chapter of his life, and finally reached his prolonged triumph. I've covered Tyre's bad childhood experience, his process building his career, and what he did when he was successful. There are a couple things that he can take from Tyre's journey, which is not giving up to faith, always work hard in order to reach our dreams, and not forgetting about others when we have reached the top. In the end, I shared my stories to you, and now you know what my father talked about too. I'm Ansel Kevin, and thank you for listening.